Once upon a time, in a small town named Meadowbrook, there was a passionate and dedicated teacher named Mr. Thompson. He had devoted his life to educating young minds and inspiring them to reach their full potential. Among his students, there was a bright and talented girl named Emily. From the moment Emily stepped into Mr. Thompson's classroom, he knew she was special. Her enthusiasm for learning and her thirst for knowledge were evident in every class. Mr. Thompson found himself captivated by her intelligence and her unique perspective on the world. He couldn't help but feel a deep admiration for her. As the school year progressed, Mr. Thompson went above and beyond to nurture Emily's talents. He provided her with extra resources, encouraged her to explore her interests, and even stayed after school to help her with challenging assignments. Emily, appreciative of Mr. Thompson's dedication, began to see him not only as a teacher but also as a mentor and confidant. However, as time went on, Mr. Thompson's feelings for Emily began to evolve beyond admiration. He found himself thinking about her even outside of school hours, wondering how she was doing and what she was up to. The realization that he was falling in love with his student both excited and terrified him. Mr. Thompson was well aware of the ethical boundaries he had to uphold as a teacher. He knew that he had a responsibility to protect and guide his students, not to blur the lines between mentorship and romantic feelings. He tried to suppress his emotions, but it became increasingly difficult as he watched Emily grow and flourish under his guidance. One day, Emily approached Mr. Thompson after class, sensing something was different. She could see the turmoil in his eyes and the weight he carried on his shoulders. Concerned, she asked him if everything was all right. Caught off guard, Mr. Thompson hesitated for a moment before deciding to be honest with her. He explained how he had developed feelings for her but understood the importance of maintaining a professional boundary. He expressed his concern about the impact it might have on her education and their teacher-student relationship. Emily listened attentively, her eyes filled with understanding and compassion. She reassured Mr. Thompson that she valued him as a teacher and mentor, but she also acknowledged the complexity of their situation. She appreciated his honesty and respected his decision to prioritize their educational relationship. From that day forward, Mr. Thompson and Emily continued their journey together, albeit with a newfound understanding. Mr. Thompson remained her dedicated teacher, always pushing her to reach her full potential. Emily, on the other hand, cherished the bond they had formed, grateful for the guidance and support Mr. Thompson provided. Years later, as Emily graduated from high school and prepared to embark on her own path, she looked back on her time with Mr. Thompson with fondness. Their connection had shaped her into the confident and driven young woman she had become. She knew that their story was one of a unique teacher-student bond, built on mutual respect, admiration, and the courage to acknowledge and overcome their feelings. And so, Mr. Thompson's love for Emily had transformed into a love for teaching, a love for inspiring young minds, and a love for making a difference in the lives of his students. As he welcomed a new group of students into his classroom, he carried with him the lessons learned from his experience with Emily, cherishing the memories they had shared while continuing to make a positive impact on the lives of his students.